everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised. Retrostatic Radio presents Killing 15 Minutes.
Hello and welcome to Killing 15 Minutes, where you get your true crime fix in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your writer, Sam Rossi, and shortly I'll be handing over a rough draft of a script to my brother, AJ, who hasn't read it, who's most likely has no idea what we're talking about. This should be fun. Good luck, bro.
Thanks, Sam, and thank you, listeners. Sorry about last episode. It got away from all of us. Time makes fools of us all, as it were. But if you liked how that turned out, listen to us on Patreon, because we have unedited. Most of our episodes on Patreon are unedited and uncut. So you get to hear a lot of what Sam's able to cut out. She couldn't get through all of last time. Let's see if this one goes any different. This is now the final part of Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, for our 2-year anniversary. Did I already say thank you, Sam? Well, I'm going to say it again. Thank you, Sam. At first, the United States Postal Inspectors were in charge of the mail bombing, calling the bomber the Junkyard Bomber. I'm assuming because a lot of what he was using was used and spare parts and junkyard parts, essentially. FBI Inspector Terry D. Turchi was picked to run the Unabomber. That stands for University and Airline Bomber Investigation, which I did not know is actually how the Unabomber got his name. Honestly, I thought it was like because he was a lone gunman sort of thing.
No, I completely understand.
It was Una as in Uno bomb, although I knew he planted more than one bomb. But that could also lead me to thinking why I never realized how many bombs he sent out either. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Low body count for the sheer number of bombs he sent out.
Yeah, he only killed 3 people. And
I mean, yes, he wounded.
23.
Yeah, he wounded a lot.
Yeah, but anyways.
In 1979, an FBI-led task force was assembled between the U.S. Postal Service, the FBI, and the ATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, which, again, was in our last cut of us trying to say this. Are they actually going to add, like, drug enforcement in there, or is the DEA just going to stay the DEA and it's still just going to be the ATF?
Well, if they legalize marijuana the same way they have tobacco legalized,
right,
it would go under the ATF, and they would probably add another letter. If it is considered still an illegal drug, it's DEA.
Okay. So what would they do for prostitution?
Prostitution is technically under the U.S. Marshal.
Is it under the U.S. Marshals? Really?
No. I don't know, actually. It would make sense. If it's a statewide thing where they're crossing borders,
then it would be the FBI, because interstate trade.
Right.
Or interstate
trafficking.
I don't know. This is actually one of those I want to do a bonus episode on, just because it would be interesting to talk about.
You want to see where that rabbit hole leads us?
I do.
All right, get back to Ted.
There were a total of 125 agents in this task force. The task force grew to over 150 agents and personnel, but minute analysis gave no information leading to the bomber. I'm assuming that it's supposed to be minute?
Minute.
Okay. The materials making up the bombs could have been picked up anywhere. In 1980, Chief Agents John Douglas, working with the Behavioral Science Unit, later the BAU, to make a profile of the bomber. The profile recounted the offender was above average intelligence, a man, and connected to higher learning. It was revised to say that the bomber was a neo-Luddite, holding a degree in the hard sciences. In 1983, it was rejected. An alternative theory was that the bomber was a blue-collar airplane mechanic. A hotline was set up with $1 million for any information that led to the capture of the Unabomber. David's wife was already thinking that Ted was the Unabomber. David was unsure. If you don't remember, David Kaczynski is his brother, and I don't think we brought him up last time, or even the time before that.
He was mentioned in both the
first and second one, since the third episode was mostly just based off of the
manifesto.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was just...
You forgot about it, didn't you?
I will admit, I cannot remember episode 3 at all, and we just recorded that. I hit the flow state, brah. You know when in the first Fast and the Furious, where to show air quote speed, they just did like anime speed lines when you hit the NOS?
Yes.
You know, so you're just going like fucking hyper speed. That's kind of where I hit.
Okay, good to know. Back to Ted.
Be glad I didn't end the episode screaming, Monica! That was too fast, wasn't it?
That was too fast. No, that was,
Because that was Luda, wasn't it?
No. What, Luda? No.
No, that was Ja Rule. So it was the second one.
First one?
No, Ja Rule was in the second one.
Ja Rule was in the first one.
Okay, whatever. Whatever. One of us clearly knows the franchise better.
So Luda got Too Fast, Too Furious because Ja Rule fucked up in the first movie.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened.
The more you know. Doo-doo-doo. So anyways, yes, David Kaczynski's wife was already thinking that Ted was the Unabomber. However, David was unsure. That was until he read the manifesto. He looked through the years of family letters and found letters from the 70s that Ted had sent to newspapers to protect abuses of technology, to protest the abuses of technology. But those letters use similar phrasings. After the publication, the FBI received thousands of tips. While investigators dug through tips, David hired a PI, Susan Swanson, in Chicago to discreetly investigate Ted. Later, David hired D.C. lawyer Tony Bisceglie to hook David up with the FBI. Ted's family wanted to avoid another Ruby Ridge or Waco situation. Please see my previous rants about Ruby Ridge and Waco.
Ruby Ridge? Or was I not supposed to catch that?
You were not supposed to catch that. Ruby Ridge or Waco. And just remember, Waco is not the same as Ruby Ridge. Back to the story, bro. You can't say that when I'm the one speaking.
However, it was actually great.
That worked great, but that's not the point. An investigator with the law firm gave the documents that David had to former profiler Clinton R. Van Sands. Cool. Originally, he said there was a 60% chance that they were written by the same person. Shortly after, Van Sant's team did a deeper analysis and told Bisceglie he needed to contact the FBI. After the documents went through the many channels and traded hands many times before, the FBI agreed that Ted was now a primary suspect. While wanting to remain anonymous, David was found out by both the FBI and CBS News.
You're right.
FBI officials were not unanimous in agreeing that Ted was the bomber. Ted was, however, arrested on April 3rd, 1996, at his cabin. It was a treasure trove of information. In June 1996, Ted was indicted by a federal grand jury. Ted would plead guilty on January 22nd, 1998. Long story short, he wrote more papers. He was diagnosed with rectal cancer in March 2021. He quit chemo in March 2023. Ted hung himself on June 10th, 2023. Wow, really?
Yes.
Also, the only reason I paused is if you look at 2001 here.
Oh yeah, with the G.
With the G in diagnosing above it.
It totally looked like a 4. I got
yeah,
you.
so that literally was. He was diagnosed in 2024. He quit chemo 2023. I'm very confused. 2024. But that is the Unabomber. Ted Theodore Kaczynski. I have nothing to say. Sam?
You have 5 minutes to talk about him. Or we end it here based on the fact that I'm giving them a 35-minute one the episode before.
I'm just going to summarize this. They are getting the previous one as my TED Talk.
Yes.
All I want to say is that he is a perfect example of how intelligence does not mean smart.
Correct.
It's very easy for someone to look at him and go, oh man, you know, he graduated at a 3.5 fucking genius level thing, but he was really fucking dumb. Let's be real on this. Had he joined a think tank of like-minded individuals, he would have been a perfect asset to a lot of people. And I don't mean like on an FBI, like, don't join that weird thing that the government's building in Nebraska. But we're talking about like, he joins an actual radical group like, what was the people with the black berets? Not the Black Panthers, but like a Luddite, a neo-Luddite. Dude would have killed it in the militia market.
You're not wrong there.
In the paramilitary anti-government area. That's fine. That's understandable. The fact that he wanted to be alone, a single individual in a cabin, is what screwed him over in the end. But ultimately, friends, all I'm going to say is that technology is what we make it. Now, do I actually agree with several points brought up last time when we were going through his manifesto? Yes. Do I think that blowing up a random professor at Berkeley is going to help? No. Even those involved in genetic engineering. You kill one of them, none of them, no offense to anyone who makes a breakthrough, because it does take, one individual, their brain clicking over, this is how we have to do it, and then that could revolutionize everything.
Right.
We only have a white LED market now. Because one fucking Japanese dude discovered how to properly grow gallium to make a blue LED. It's actually a lot more fascinating if you're a fucking dork like me. But ultimately it turns into, you do not change humanity as one person. That is one of the biggest fallacies of our lifetimes. Great man history. This one person does it. It's why most people don't understand that Rosa Parks was a member of the NAACP. Yes. For a second, I confused the NAACP with the NCAA, and I got really fucking confused. But
I can see that.
Okay, like a lot of people forget that it's rarely, not never, rarely, one person who is. There are great men, there are great women, but they are never in a structure where they are the only thing there. At the very least, they are a tip of a pyramid.
So you're saying Ted could have been a great asset if he had people behind him?
Behind him, next to him, even as an advisor.
Okay.
He could have been a great Rasputin, is all I'm saying. With that, I'm AJ Carey.
I'm Sam Rossi. Later, y'all.
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio.
Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the wheel of randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.